You Recharged. How to Beat Fatigue Mostly, Amp Up Your Energy Usually, and Enjoy Life Again Always, by Polly Campbell, narrated by Laura Jennings. Forward. What I love about Polly is her can-do attitude. No matter what life throws at her, she's always ready to get back up and keep moving forward. This same attitude is found in the pages of this book. You Recharged takes us on an emotional and mental journey through the process of how Polly went from dreading life to recognizing faulty areas and choosing to do something about them. Polly writes in such a fun and relatable way. Reading her words makes me feel like I am sitting with her at my favorite coffee shop. I know exactly what she means when she talks about being frustrated with feeling stuck. Compared to any other book in its category, this book comes out on top twice over because Polly is super intentional with her relatable and easy-to-understand content. I've been a fan since discovering Polly's blog-turned-book, Imperfect Spirituality, and once again, this wonderfully wise woman has just what I need exactly when I need it, in You Recharged. With badass affirmations, I try to give little pick-me-ups and bursts of empowerment. But what Polly does in this book is amazing. She picks us up even when we are completely emptied out, borderline burned out, with nothing left in the tank. Let Polly take you by the hand and heart and get you back to how you were supposed to live. Busy but not crazed, happy but not harried, and best of all, at peace with yourself. You can do it. You can recharge. I love how Polly touches on all of the positives of adding things into our lives. In our world, so many gurus, speakers, and bloggers are always preaching and teaching about minimizing the material things and time-sucking activities in our lives. But Polly has a different approach. She focuses a lot on the benefits of purposefully and actively adding things that bring joy into your everyday life. Polly really goes in depth at sharing so many easy-to-follow tips that will instantly recharge your thoughts and bring true happiness into your life. You Recharged is a book I will be purchasing for all my best girlfriends. I urge you to do the same, and to try all of the tips and practices Polly writes out for you. With her words, your heart will surely be recharged to do just what is necessary for you to live a full and happy life. Becca Anderson, author of Everyday Thankful and Badass Affirmations. Introduction. 3 years ago, I felt blah. Stuck. I weighed more than I wanted to be. My only pair of good jeans felt tight. I wasn't writing much. I lived with chronic pain and wasn't creating anything in person or on the page. I felt sluggish, tired all the time, bored. Is this what a midlife crisis looks like? The label didn't seem to fit. Life has ups and downs. The days felt dreary, but that's not a crisis, it's a mood. We are drawn to the weight of words like crisis, the implied drama of it. So often a crisis refers to total devastation or a breakdown. I was neither devastated nor broken, but I wasn't thriving either. I was uncertain, frustrated, bored, unsure of what to do next. It had been decades since I felt so stuck, and I didn't like the feeling. A crisis can also mean a turning point for better or worse, an emotionally significant event or a radical change of status in a person's life, as per the dictionary. Those definitions did seem to apply. A crisis is a decisive moment. Yes, that's it. I was in a decisive moment. Would I stay stuck and sink deeper into my comfort zone? Or opt to get up and launch into the next phase of my life? No, this wasn't a crisis. It was an opportunity. Midlife malaise. The term midlife crisis was coined in the mid-1900s by Elliot Jacques in a paper he drafted for a meeting of the British Psychoanalytical Society. In that paper, Jacques talked about his study of great artists who also experienced a depressive period lasting several years between their mid-30s and 50s. He speculated that others suffer the same midlife malaise, including an inability to enjoy life and compulsive attempts to remain young. After years of upward growth and expansion, college and marriage and kids and careers and new homes and new jobs, we hit a lull in the middle years that can knock us back, leave us feeling low, tired, and regretful, according to some psychologists. Some people try to cope with the discomfort by making radical changes, filling the holes inside by reaching for things outside, finding new partners, buying new cars, investing in plastic surgery, anything to move off autopilot and feel like they're young and flying again. I definitely wanted to recharge my life, to stop feeling so stuck and tired all the time. I was uncomfortable, unsettled, but not in crisis. I was in transition and searching for a new place to land. Life changes as we grow. My roles as a wife and mother had shifted because the people I wifed and mothered were growing and changing too. The 1-2 punch of arthritis and aging was messing with my body. My hair was getting gray, and I had a hard time seeing the football scores at the bottom of the flat screen without my glasses. Life requires us to adapt and adjust, for sure. It isn't easy. Not always. But for the first time in years, I felt free to do it. Free to change my mind, make some new decisions, and go forward differently. I just didn't know what the heck that would look like, or what I wanted next. What now? This book is about the what now. How I went from stuck and frustrated to recharged and revitalized, and what I learned along the way. You Recharged isn't about being blissfully happy. It's about being fully alive, about living wholeheartedly. With a plan and simple practices, we can get unstuck, reclaim our energy, and step into this phase of our lives feeling capable, confident, empowered, and energized. We can recharge. We can live with strength and vitality. No, we aren't in crisis. This is our decisive moment. Part 1. The problem. Is this all there is? I was sitting on the left side of the couch where I always sit, drinking the coffee that I always drink, wearing a hoodie that smelled like last night's pizza. I'd woken up 10 minutes earlier. The morning still dark. Already I was counting the minutes until bed. So tired, burned out, bored. Is this it? The job, the kid, the house, the husband, the routine days, the same old work and chores. Is this what happens in midlife? We do it all, hustle for years and then settle in, overtaken by boredom, fatigue, a kind of midlife malaise? Enough. Some things got to change. I hated that it was me. Yet, there is hope in that too. When we get clear about the barriers and beliefs that separate us from the life we want to live, we can make a move, do something, get unstuck, feel excited, enthusiastic, energized. Our problems are our responsibility, and that is the good news, because we can change them, and when we do, everything else changes. First, we must understand the problem. Get to the root of what's holding us back, keeping us dull and drained. The beliefs, behaviors, habits that are keeping us stuck. Then we can create a plan, supported by practices that will help us re-energize, re-engage, recharge. Not only is this process illuminating, but it's also invigorating and fun. It's about creating a wholehearted life. And if I, a middle-aged mother living with chronic disease, can revitalize and recharge, so can you. Chapter 1. Backstory. Even if I hadn't searched up photos of hip x-rays on Google, and I had, of course I had, it wasn't hard to interpret the image. The oblong edge of the hip joint, a clear sign of the rheumatoid arthritis I'd had since the age of 3. It looked like fog rolling.